I see the light inside you.
Lander descent was as planned and normal performance was observed up to an altitude of 2.1 kilometers. Subsequently, the communications from the lander to ground station was lost. The data is being analyzed.
We have achieved soft landing on the moon. India is on the moon.
India's Chandrayaan-3 mission mission to the moon and the launch of India's Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft. India is literally shooting for the moon.
Chandrayaan-3 mission aims to touch down on the moon's largely unexplored south pole.
Chandrayaan-3, which means moon vehicle in Sanskrit, blasted off from Earth on July 14th.
Liftoff normal.
Since then, the spacecraft made several maneuvers around the Earth and has been orbiting the moon to prepare for a landing. The South Pole is strategic because the expected presence of ice could provide fuel, oxygen, and drinking water, making it a potential site for mining and human settlement. But experts say a smooth landing is extremely challenging. That's because the area has much tougher terrain compared to other parts of the moon. It is bumpy, littered with craters, and has limited sunlight.
The lander module has begun its descent.
India tried but failed to reach there 4 years ago, and finally succeeded on August 23rd.
This success belongs to all of humanity, and it will help moon missions by other countries in the future.
That makes India the 4th country in the world to reach the moon after the United States, Russia and China. India is expected to get a lot of offers from other space agencies, foreign countries, to launch like commercial satellites for them, which is going to be also a revenue earner for India.
Understandably so.
In fact, I was not that much confident because as a person who has been doing in this domain for 36 years, I know there are thousands of things. Any of that can anytime go wrong and derail.
The pressure was immense, admitted the director of the center that spearheaded the construction of the spacecraft.
The amount of effort is tremendous.
The smiles that filled the room were a testament to the resilience of the Chandrayaan-3's team, who navigated the Vikram lander to avoid all those potholes to come in for a soft landing. This footage has been super sped up. The rover Pragyan then rolled out of the lander's belly to begin exploring the lunar surface.
And we became the first country to go near to the south pole of the moon.
Astronauts are racing to get to the lunar south pole as spacecraft have detected water ice there, which can potentially be extracted and turned into drinking water, food, and rocket fuel. India is emerging as a force to be reckoned with. India's small and scrappy space agency is growing more powerful by the day. It started off small by launching satellites after establishing its space program in 1962, 4 years after NASA, under the leadership of the late physicist Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. The lunar lander Vikram was named in his honor. a tribute to his vision, which he described this way. There are some who question the relevance of space activities in a developing nation. To us, there is no ambiguity of purpose. We must be second to none in the application of advanced technologies to the real problems of man and society. Initially, India's space agency, which later evolved into ISRO, collaborated with multiple countries. That iconic photo from 60 years ago is part of an American-made rocket. Transporting parts by bike is a testament to India's resourcefulness. When I mentioned on X that the Chandrayaan-3 budget was less than that of the movie Interstellar, Elon Musk replied, "Good for India." A lot of the technology used by ISRO is also developed in its own country rather than being imported. It used to rely on the French space agency CNS to supply parts for its liquid-fueled rocket engine Vicus, which powers various ISRO launch vehicles. But now the engine is made in Mumbai by the company Godrej Aerospace in a suburb of the sprawling city. It takes about 5 months to create an engine, and then it's shipped to ISRO by road at a careful pace of 20 kilometers an hour or 12 miles an hour, taking 2 weeks to go from Mumbai to ISRO's Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Tiruvananthapuram. Another way India keeps its space agency light and nimble is through shared launches. Think rideshare with other countries in the space industry, where multiple payloads, usually satellites, hitch a ride on a single launch, reducing India's overall costs. ISRO has had commendable successes until now, but landing on the moon has marked a monumental leap for the nation, showing its capabilities on the global stage.
We will be now looking at putting the man in space, putting a spacecraft around Venus, and landing a craft in Mars.
India has actually never sent people to space on its own. An Indian astronaut, or Vyomanaut as they call them, flew to orbit on a Soviet rocket in 1984. India is preparing its first astronaut mission called Gaganyaan, which aims to send 3 astronauts into orbit on its own spacecraft.
Which India's space agency shared the image of Vikram lander clicked by Pragyan rover. The Chandrayaan mission continues to probe the unexplored regions of the lunar surface. The rover has confirmed the presence of sulfur on the lunar south pole. Analysis also confirmed the presence of aluminum, calcium, iron, chromium and titanium, manganese, silicon and oxygen on the lunar surface. While the 6-wheeled solar-powered rover Pragyan, which means wisdom in Sanskrit, is ambling around the relatively unmapped South Pole. While transmitting images and scientific data, the Vikram lander is also hard at work. Vikram is busy drilling on the moon's surface and is beaming back scientific data to ISRO. The space agency released the first observations from the CHAST payload. The data reveals something astonishing. While we know that lunar surface heats up to 70 degrees Celsius around the South Pole, Vikram found that there is a sharp drop in temperatures in the lunar topsoil. While the surface temperature was about 45 degrees Celsius, the temperature plunges to nearly -10 degrees Celsius at just about 10 centimeters below the surface. Chandrayaan's findings mark the first such profile for the moon's south pole, a significant achievement in lunar exploration. So, why is this so important? Well, the temperature variation shows that the moon's topsoil is a powerful thermal insulator. This property could be used to build habitats for humans. It could shield the moon inhabitants from frigid conditions and harmful radiation. Clearly, there is a lot to find to explore the mysteries of the moon.